Hi guys, welcome back to Creative Frenzy. Okay, today we are going to break down some of our beloved paper pads. I know, we love to hoard them, don't we? So I did this quite some time ago. I will take one or two, three different types of paper pads, different seasons for whatever reason they may be. They could be dollar store ones, they could be the ones from Michaels, whichever ones I have on hand. I will take a bunch of my maybe not favorite, but some of my favorite and some of my not so favorite pages out of each paper pad, and then I will break them down into 4x6, 2x3s, and 1x2s. So one sheet of paper will have two 4x6, several 2x3s, or you can cut them all down to 4x6 and keep that aside in a basket, and then you could break it down further if you want to, but I find sometimes it's a little bit easier for me to just break it down in three different sizes, and then I can make tuck spots and journal cards with pockets for gift cards, and I can make some of them into envelopes just for funsies. So anyway, I will show you how I've done that and what I do with some of them. Okay, so let's take, for example, yeah, here we go, Whiskey Barrel. It is one of my favorite paper pads from Michaels. It's the Hot Buy. You can see that? Yep. Okay, so what I did was take a bunch of pages out of here, and some of them are better than others. I mean, you obviously can't really do the really big ones, but, you know, like this one has a line on it, so I wouldn't tend to use it. So anything with an all-over pattern like this, or like this, the license plate, one of my favorites, or even something like this with the tone-on-tone vines. And then you can do the cut-aparts and things like that. So I love this leather one, this marble one too. And some of these cut-aparts would actually be good also. And then I would use those to cut them into my smaller cards. So that is what I've done here. So let's see. As you may be able to recognize some of the pages. So there was a few plaids in there. That one doesn't belong, sorry. So there's some plaids, some brick, which I absolutely love. Instead of hoarding it, I used it in this because I figure I'd use it a little bit more often, or I'm more likely to use it and utilize it if I have it already cut apart like this. So I will show you what I've done with some of them. So some of the smaller ones I turned into little pockets. So these are the perfect size for a gift card. So you can tuck it in there. Perfect, right? So, or, you know, you could put this onto a birthday card or onto a gift. You could turn this into a tag. You could do whatever you like. But I like it because it's already sort of pre-made. You can just sort of tuck it into an envelope if you want, or give it on top of another gift. Yeah, use your imagination. I'm sure you can figure something out for yourselves, but I like that it's the perfect size for this, and I don't have to worry about measuring or anything like that because I know it'll fit a gift card. So this is just an iTunes, an old one, so it just fits in there nicely, which is perfect for this kind of thing, right? So, and then others I've turned into little tuck spots. So let's say you want to use it in your planner. You can absolutely attach it to a page. You can put some washi on the end and then tuck it in there, and then just sort of have it go inside your planner, which I don't think I've done before, but it's not a bad idea, right? So here I've just done a tuck spot. So if you have something bigger than this page, you can absolutely tuck it in this way and have it inside your planner, which would be perfect. So you can go like this. This would be great for inside a junk journal also, so you can tuck it away in there. And then the larger ones, I've cut up some of the cut apart pages and use them as little inspiration spots. And then some of the smaller ones you could use as tags, journaling tags, whatever you feel like doing. You could put a little school photo on there. You can put a little picture, a drawing, a sticker, whatever you feel like. Here's another tuck spot. So these are the border pieces or some of the larger cutaways. And then I just tucked little small ones in there. And it's kind of fun because you never really know what it's going to look like until you're done. So it's, you know, this is a corner tuck spot. So this would just sort of go like this. And then if it's something a bit smaller, you can still see the top part of that. But the idea is to be able to use your paper pads, you know, on a more regular basis. And then this way, you get to create still and still have something slightly different than you would normally have. So that's what I've done. So the smaller ones can be turned into pockets and tuck spots and journaling tags, whatever you feel like doing. And then you can stamp on them, you can leave them blank, you can draw on them if you want to. And here, you know, I just did a few little flowers and a butterfly. Here I did a larger one. Again, you know, you never know what you come up with. And it's kind of fun to just sort of create on the fly. So here's a double tuck spot. So let's say you want to tuck something in there. You want to tuck something inspirational in there, so you can tuck it away like that. So having this on hand ahead of time comes in kind of handy. So I did that with the whiskey barrel one, and again, it doesn't have to be gender specific. You know, lots of people like, you know, the marble look and the faux leather and the woods and, you know, the bricks and things like that. So this is a perfect kind of paper pad for generic purposes because you can do it either way. And then I even made little envelopes out of the 4x6 papers. This is a thicker paper, thicker cardstock, so it might take a little bit more finagling with the paper in order to get it to fold properly, because it will kind of do that. You see that? So if that bothers you, a thinner paper would be better. But you can use any paper to coordinate with it. So if you have a scrap piece of paper left over, you can obviously make something that'll go with this quite nicely. And then you can tuck that in there as well. Or you can seal it if you want to, and then tuck it away, whatever you feel like doing. It's perfect for journaling, for junk journals, and for just your regular journal, you know, your planner, or whatever. Gift giving, things like that. So that's the one. And then I also have the Santa Fe one. So this is a bit brighter in colors, so it has more of the watercolor. So this is, you know, basically the same idea, you know. And if you have journaling stamps and things like that, this is a good way to do your own little project life. Or, you know, you want to encourage someone, you want to make them a little set of something, then this would be perfect for you to make ahead of time, and you can give it as a gift all together, or you could turn it into a little scrapbook if you want to. That'd be kind of cute. This is just, you know, a fun journaling card. So here I did a few pockets, you know, one with the border, just having fun with it and seeing what kind of combinations you can come up with. So I've done a tuck up top and a tuck down here so that you can see all the different combinations that you can put together. Here I just did a tuck, and then I only glued this one partially on there, but then you can just do something like that. What I like about this, because they're smaller pockets, you know, all those school pictures we tend to buy every year, or at least I did for my girls, and I never really sent them out. But if you have smaller pictures, these would be perfect to set in there. It'd be great for like first grade, second grade, all through school. If you wanted to do something like that, put a little book together. You could do a Halloween paper pad like that, and then just sort of tuck them away and just have fun with it. So that is that one. That's the Southwest one. And then I also had another, there's a whole bunch more, see? So I did have another little envelope that I made, but this one, And these I just did the cut aparts and the little pockets and just made my own little journaling cards. And the thing is, you don't have to use them in your journal. You can put them on a birthday card. You can use them as a little gift tag. You know, they're multi-purpose, which is what I like about it. So it's kind of nice to do something completely different. This is from another paper pad that I had from the dollar store. It wasn't the prettiest paper. I didn't like it overly much, so I just collaged on it and colored and stamped and, you know, had some fun with it and try to come up with some different ideas. So that's what I used for that. I also used it in a journal, so it does have practical uses, you know, just trying to show you some different ways you can use it. So this junk journal, it's the same kind of concept as all the other pockets. So let's see. Here I've just sort of paper clipped one on, so somebody could use it as a journal tag, as a, you know, some place to put photos, things like that. Where else did I use it? I did use it in other places. Here's another one. I just stapled this one in, and I just put a couple little things in there, so it makes a cute little pocket. Here I have one of the little envelopes from it. Let's see. Yep, there's the other one. So a little journaling tag. Again, this one's stapled in, but that's okay. If somebody wants to take it off, they can. It's a junk journal, right? So you can do whatever you feel like. I had another one in here. Let's see if I can find it. I need to, yeah, here we go. So another little tuck spot. It all depends on how you glue it in, but you can use them in many different ways. Here's another one. So they have great applications and potential. So I thought it was a lot of fun to make ahead of time. Okay. I also thought, because I have all these different dies that I received from AliExpress just recently. I ordered them not that long ago. They're actually pretty quick. Sometimes quicker than others, but I thought I would make it more of a, like a, you know, a gift in the mail. So correspondence, but with a twist. So this is a page from the Dollarama paper pad, and it's not the greatest. It's not horrible. I like the colors, but you know, it's very, dare I say, 80s. But you know, it is what it is. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst I've ever seen either. So I thought this would be a good application for this, because you can use it in many different ways. So the idea is to have your papers already cut ahead of time, and then you can sort of play with it and do, you know, what it is I'm about to do. So, and since, you know, I figure I would do something a bit more Valentine-ish. So this is Victorian Velvet by Tim Holtz. Anyway, I kind of, because it sort of blends in into one, you can cut the corners if you want to. I'm going to keep this one straight, I think. I'm just going to ink the edges so you can actually see what is going on here. You don't have to, of course, but it's kind of nice to sort of distinguish from layer to layer. And if you really don't like this, you can always turn it around the other way. Okay, so let's use up those papers we've been hoarding, the nice ones and the not so nice ones, because you can always play with it and see what you come up with, because it's a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. Sometimes to indicate a tuck spot, we just need to cut off a little bit, and then a little bit more. You can ink those again. I thought these would be fun to just sort of, you know, play with as gifts. You know, if you want to write someone and send someone something at the same time. My glue. There we go. You could use tape also if you really wanted to, I suppose, or glue tape. Tape runners, that's the word I'm looking for. So thought this would be kind of cool for correspondence because you can tuck a letter, because it's a 4x6 in a business size envelope. It'll fit in there perfectly. And I had to measure that and double check and make sure that actually worked. So the regular legal size, or the regular business size envelope, the long ones, I just get mine at the dollar store. It's just by Studio Post. And it has already the seal, but you know, it fits perfectly in there. See how that, so anyway, I will show you in a minute. Let's have that dry. So I had this really cute llama, alpaca, whatever you want to call it. It's cute. And I'm going to put that on there. Oop, there we go. And have it on there. So it's one of those dies that comes with all the different little pieces. I thought they would be adorable. You could use a glue stick. You could use wet glue if you really want to. You could even pop it up a little bit. And you can't see a darn thing. Okay, there we go. So, have fun with it. Just pop it up a bit. Make sure you don't put any glue up here, otherwise it's going to glue your whole tuck spot closed. So make sure it's all free of that, obviously. And then all you're going to do is assemble it, whichever ones you have on hand. I'm sure a lot of us have many dies that we don't use on a regular basis. And it's kind of fun to just bring them out every now and then and just play. Which is half the fun of having all this stuff, right? Too much glue. If you find you put glue where you shouldn't have, just don't tack it down, leave it alone, let it dry. It'll be fine. Just gonna put his little face together. I have never used this one before, so I thought it'd be kind of cute. My daughter loves llamas and alpacas and all that. So it's kind of cute to find different color combinations and put them together. And they can be finicky sometimes. Sometimes I would think it would find it easier just to color it in, but that's okay. And you can make a lot of these dies ahead of time, you know, the little die cuts and stuff. And just make them ahead of time. Have them stored somewhere, you know, like how we do with coloring and things like that. It's the same kind of idea. If you feel like doing a bunch of die cuts instead of coloring, go for it. That's okay too. You know, you don't always have to make a masterpiece on a regular basis. There we go. And I just used some scrap paper that I had. So this is a good way to use up some scrap paper too while you're at it. Now, let's see. I think it does need something. This is awfully bright, I realize that. But I think it needs something in the background, like a sun. You could ink the little llama too, if you wanted to. Had I thought ahead of time, I probably would have done that. But that's okay. Just trying to give you some different ideas. So there's going to be a sun here. You could do a cutout of a flower too if you want. You could decorate it further, whatever you feel like doing. What I like about this, you take your plain piece of paper. Here's just copy paper. Let's say you printed out your letter or you hand wrote it, whatever you feel like doing. You just fold it up, you know, thin enough so that it fits inside your envelope. You could seal it with a cute sticker. Make sure it fits inside your envelope. Yep. So now what you can do, You can tuck that in there. You make it even smaller if you want to, which is probably not a bad idea. Let's see. You start doing these things instead of fitting ahead of time, because you have to sort of keep in mind, you know, the width of your paper. Keep it all in mind. And if that doesn't work, so just fold it smaller. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just when you think you've got it, you don't. So even smaller than that. The length doesn't matter so much in this case, but the width is important. So now you can tuck something in here if you want to. Let's say you want to give this as a gift. You know, somebody needs to go out for a bit and go for dinner, or they need to get some iTunes, whatever the case may be. Or you want to send in a picture. That'd be cute too. And then make sure you don't have any glue. You can tuck it into your envelope, seal it up, and send it off. So it fits nicely, right? So I thought it'd make a cute little Valentine's. You can do Valentine's, you can do birthdays, you could do just correspondence, you know, write to your favorite person out there, you know, send them a little something happy in the mail. You could call it Happy Mail if you wanted to, I suppose. Also, what you could do is you could do recipes. Let's say all you had was washi tape and you don't have die cuts. I have a really cute little llama, alpaca, whatever you want to call it, washi tape. I also have an Easter one. I have some Valentine ones. I even have cupcakes. So let's say you want to do cupcakes on here instead of the llama or alpaca. You can do that, and you can send something smaller. You can send something larger. Let's say we are going to do it this way. So let's say we're doing something a bit more colorful. And you can use washi tape, or you can just use it as is. If you don't feel like gluing it, you can staple it just right along here. Just a couple of staples and you're done. Hang on, let me get my stapler. If you have fancy staples, that'd be cute too. I have green staples in here. That's not really going to jive for me, but that's okay, because we can use this paper. Let's see what we can make out of that. That's the beauty of having a lot of these already pre-cut, because then you can sort of play with different combinations. So let's say you wanted to do this, and you wanted to turn one of these around, but you like the pattern on this, but not so much on this one. So you can turn that one around, and then put that one up front. See how that makes a little bit of a difference? You still get to use your papers, and then we just staple it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That's what you get when it's live, people. Or real time, and you don't edit. Hang on. Haha. Alright, this one better work. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you. Some days. So just staple it. If you don't feel like gluing and you don't really trust the glue, or you ran out of glue because we're in lockdown, obviously, you know, use that instead. So you can stick a little card in there, a recipe card, let's say, okay, and then a picture of the goodies that you've made. Let's say that is, you know, this is the goodies you made, you know, like a cupcake. I'm just playing now, being silly, but, you know, it's just giving you a few different ideas of what you can do. Or you could even just put, you know, cupcakes on here, put the recipe name on there, kind of thing. Or you enjoying your favorite recipes. and tucking it in there. And then you can send it in the mail. Again, because it's the 4x6, it'll fit in the regular long business envelope. Okay, so there you go. A couple of different options for what to do with your paper pads. And you know, you want to just sit down and have some fun, try some different combinations, different colors, different patterns, different ideas. Use the old papers that you really don't like and use them in different combinations and see what you can come up with. So let me know in the comments down below which one of these you have tried or you will be trying. And yeah, I'm going to be playing some more with this, and maybe the next Frenzy video I will show you what I've made. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.